Hello, my name is Dayan Binstock. I'm the Rabbi at St John's Wood Synagogue and a Dayan of the London Beth Din. Hello, I've been asked to talk to you today about the significance of wearing the kippah, the Jewish head covering. This is a fascinating example of how a custom has become a halacha, a law in the Jewish religion. If we go to the Bible, then we can find instances of where the Kohanim, the priests, were required to wear a form of head covering as they performed the temple service. The high priest wore a type of turban known as a mitznefet, or the regular priest wore a turban known as a mikba'at, but there aren't any other instances of people being required to wear head covering as part of their daily lives. Once we move to the period of the Talmud, we see a head covering beginning to emerge as a mark of exceptional piety. There was a sage in the 3rd century known as Rav Huna, who lived in Babylon, and he said he would never go more than 4 cubits at about 6 to 8 feet with an uncovered head as a mark of his awareness of the presence of God above him. As we move forward though, in later generations, this standard of exceptional piety becomes asserted for the public at large. And in the 16th century, it is recorded in the Shulchan Aruch, in the Code of Jewish Law, already in the 2nd chapter, that a person shouldn't go for 4 cubits with an uncovered head. Now, as people began to observe this more widely, yet at the same time recognizing that head covering was, obviously observed in society round about them, where people might be wearing hats or turbans, nevertheless, wearing something inside the house led to the need for a lighter form of head covering, where otherwise one might have taken off the hat or the turban. And this is how the kippah or couple began to develop. By the 18th century, we see this existing in parts of Europe and in the Ashkenazi communities, and it became known as the yarmulke in Yiddish, or couple, which means little hat, and as we know it in Ivrit today, the kippah, which means covering. And it's now become an almost universal distinguishing mark of an Orthodox Jew, where the kippah demonstrates your loyalty to Torah and to the Jewish people. In this country, in the UK, wearing a kippah in the street as opposed to some other form of head covering became more popular after 1967 with Israel's victory in the Six Day War, where young Jews particularly felt a greater self-confidence in expressing their Jewish identity in public. It must be stressed though that the true sign of an Orthodox Jew is not the wearing of the symbol, the kippah, but the behavior of the person underneath the kippah.